Alright, here we go. Welcome to another episode of ProDerpz. However, this is probably going to be a very interesting episode of ProDerpz because this is a very, not necessarily serious game, but these two players, the green player in the upper left-hand corner, Valinor, and the Black Ops Striker, and the blue player in the bottom right-hand corner, Tangibility, and the Classic Paladin, they both are pretty much playing a pretty serious game. However, they're both using a very uncommon unit to see on the field, and that is the Sergeant. And as we do see, Tangi is stacking a couple of shooters here. We'll start to go for the left side. And, you know, pretty typical standard openings here. Moneymaker builds. And there are shooters on this side as well, so they will eventually go for this side and hit these goalies over here. Either that or maybe Tangi put him over here just to guard against the possible, possible cheese. Oh, and we do have some SAMs being stored away by Sergeants for Valinor on the right by his fort. Tangi already securing his forward outpost right away. And now doing a quick scout on Valinor's side, does see those SAMs and those Sergeants, does have two Seekers in queue. Valinor with more SAMs. I guess he is trying to do just a SAM stack right away, stacking a bunch of SAMs using Sergeants to keep them in place, but actually going straight for a cheese actually right now, and Tangi passes right by him. Tangi is dropping creeps at Valinor's forward, which is completely undefended. Tangi with some Sergeants defended here at the close, shut those SAMs down really quick. Only one Sergeant went down for the price of 4 SAMs, so that is definitely a positive in Tangi's favor. Valinor does see these shooters working on the left side, does take them all out. Oh, actually, Tangi was able to save one and not going to be able to finish off Valinor in the air on the way back. So one shooter working on this side, and actually Tangi way the hell over here, putting a couple Dillos, a hidden Dillo cluster. Might be able to send that out later at a very opportune moment. We shall see, and you know, usually I guess going from here, it will take this path following over here and probably set on a capture. Or set on capture, it will go for mid. Set on attack, it will go this way. So we will see. We do have Valinor doing a little bit of harass, going straight for a Moneymaker. Will he be able to finish it off before Tangi gets to it? No, he does not. Tangi's microwing a Seeker over into that area, and putting it right back to where he put it, protecting the backs with those Moneymakers right there. Valinor does finish off this Dillo that was dropped by Tangi a little while ago. And now Tangi shooters working away at those enemy or those neutral units, and Valinor with 4 Dillos hidden of his own. When will he send out this SAM cluster? Oh, actually, Valinor already has a Tech Pod 1 out on the field, doing all that harass, allowed him to really get that build time up, or not, you know, let that build time pass, and already has a second Tech Pod, already completely built. And Tangi with 2 Dillos starting his fight at the mid. Valinor with 2 bombs, so we'll probably be able to take down all these. Oh, and Tangi dropping fixers. They will all get killed by these bombs, almost every single one, except for one that was a little bit out of that bomb range. Or, that bomb splash radius. Now Valinor sending out these Dillos. I would assume he's setting them on attack, so they will go straight for Tangi's fort, but he might have set them on capture, and they will go for mid. Okay, they will go for mid. They are set on capture, but Valinor is not stopping them. Has 2 goalies out on the field already because he went straight, not necessarily straight to, but very quickly to that Tech Pod 2. And now those Dillos have been pretty much finished off right here at the mid. Valinor now queuing up more Dillos. Tangi just continuing his unit cluster here on the right side of mid. Lots of Dillos, lots of fixers. However, those fixers can go down pretty quickly because Valinor does have bombs. Tangi does scout that front door, does see that those 2 Tech Pods are right there, not necessarily on the corners, but kind of just floating right there. And oh, Valinor actually already had sent out his SAM push that was halted by those Sergeants, but not too many of them do survive. This is a pretty good positioning for Tangi's Dillos, and he was able to take down most of those SAMs on their way in and knock them right back down once they got into that outpost. But Valinor already at goalies. Oh, and Tangi with this hidden cluster of a jammer leading the charge here. I don't know, it's a little bit faster than the Dillos, it seems like, so I'm not really sure if that was a good idea. And even so, on Valinor's radar, he won't even notice it until it's right about there on the minimap, until it's right about here. So I don't really think that jammer was actually necessary unless Tangi is planning on sending them straight to the fort. But no, he is sending these Dillos straight to the fort, so that other hidden cluster is going to be heading for Valinor's forward. Valinor does have to deal with this. Doesn't have anything preventing his front door. Just going with bombs will be able to actually kill them with the Striker Sword. But in the meantime, Tangi will be able to neutralize and surround this outpost. Does have 4 sergeants. Oh, and 1 creep. That 1 creep is just kind of sitting there waiting for the sergeant. It is pretty much linked to it and waiting to follow it in, but Tangi will be able to grab this outpost under his control. Valinor moving out his units. Valinor was able to take the middle outpost, but you know, Tangi dropping a Dillo, some Dillos over there for distraction, losing his forward. And Tangi does have a bunch of Dillos in queue to be able to reinforce this. So let's see, what is that damage going down? I guess that was just still the Dillos. Valinor still didn't finish it off, but with the defender's advantage, Valinor actually pushing from the mid back to his forward. And let's see, did drop a Dillo here to neutralize this outpost. But with the defender's advantage, I do think Tangi will be able to hold this pretty easily. Tangi does not really have to deal with that Dillo too much. I think he did drop that other one to actually kill it. So Valinor still not having his forward under his control. He does have mid though. Oh, and Tangi dealing with this Dillo push that was over here. Has been able to neutralize this mid, but a couple creeps have walked in, so that will be okay. Tangi will eventually get it back. Valinor with some sergeants down here at the bottom will probably eventually be able to neutralize this outpost. Yes, does go down, but Tangi will be able to finish off the rest of these sergeants in the area, and now bringing some creeps to retake this outpost, so that is going to just be pretty much not really that productive drop. Valinor just losing sergeants. He wasn't really using them as distractions, but now sending the some units here to this forward. Tangi with a drop right there at the front door. I'm not sure why he dropped them at the front door instead of the corners, because the corners are the weak spot now. Maybe it's just a little bit of force of habit, and Valinor sending some Dillos down here. Lots of action going down right now. Lots of movement everywhere. Valinor able to take this middle outpost, but still has not responded to these the Dillo drop at his fort. And in the meantime, Tangi might be able to use this time to push out himself. Now, finally, does kill those Dillos just with his own striker fire. But now, what is Tangi doing? He does have some Dillos, so he is going for the mid from his forward, from the enemy forward. Valinor able to take this mid under Tangi's forward under his control, and now going with a lot of Dillos for Valinor's mid. He might actually be able to neutralize this. Yes, it will go down, almost for sure. Yes, but 2 goalies in the area will be a little bit hard for him to finish off. Valinor still slashing away, and those Dillos will die much faster than any other tank unit. So will Valinor be able to hold this off? I don't know. Tangi has been able to take this under control, okay, and does have sergeants in those infantry slots, so will stay there under his control for quite a while. And Valinor has pretty much lost all of his units, except for what he sent to this forward, but he hasn't been able to take control of that forward quite yet. Trying to retreat that goalie. Tangi desperately going to try to kill it before Valinor can get back. Counter pushing, not necessarily counter pushing, but now pushing out with those Dillos. Tangi was able to finish off that goalie there by Valinor's forward. And Valinor, with kind of a spread out push of Dillos, really needs to make something happen to actually stand a chance at this game now, because he has pretty much lost all the outposts, pretty much all the critical outposts, and Tangi is here to respond to those. These Dillos are not really going to get too far. Sergeants protecting this outpost, so that is going to work pretty well. Valinor bringing sergeants, but not set them on capture. They will just sit there. Oh, and okay, now there's only 3 sergeants, so and Tangi is sending a push of mostly sergeants and 1 Dillo, so he might be able to actually get this outpost back under his control. This does go up to Valinor. Oh, Valinor dropping Goliath, so he probably will be able to hold this for now. And let's see what Tangi does have in his build queue. He does have 3 Dillos and a Repair Guardian. Repair Guardian Paladin, very popular choice by Tangi. I do notice him playing this quite often. Oh, and there are some creeps here approaching this forward. Might be able to get it neutralized, but Tangi does drop another Sergeant in, so that does add a lot of health to that outpost pool. To that outpost health pool. Now Tangi with 2 Dillos here just to kill his moneymakers. None of them actually do go down, but here at this forward there are still 3 green Dillos. I would assume now Valinor is pushing out mostly with sergeants, though. He does have to deal with this Dillo threat that is at his close. And in the meantime, Tangi will probably be able to kill a couple more units over here at his forward. But look at all these Sams and sergeants going for Valinor's forward that's under Tangi's control. He might be able to actually take this back, because there is pretty much nothing left to defend except for those sergeants. So now taking 4 Sams. Now Tangi does not have anything anymore, pretty much besides the mid. This forward is back under Valinor's control, and these sergeants are still moving out with these Sams. Lots of outpost defense over here. Tangi trying to kill this goalie, actually does get to finish it off, and but his mid is definitely under a heavy threat from all these incoming Sams and a couple sergeants with some creeps as well. We are already at the level 2 creep stage of the game. So it is 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Every 5 minutes we do have a creep upgrade, so these are level 2 creeps. And now Tangi trying to neutralize this outpost with a couple Dillos, but there's a lot of bunkered, there is one bunkered infantry, and it's mostly Sams and Sergeants over here, so it will take quite a while to actually knock those bulbs down. Valinor with even more Sams and some Sergeants to keep them in place. Let's see what he's actually going with. Now just going creeps. Desperately wants to try to take this outpost back. Does kill those 2 Dillos. Oh no, Tangi does save that one. But what is this death sound happening here? Tangi with more Dillos here. I did miss that, but they did get taken care of pretty quickly. Valinor with a little bit less health than Tangi, but you know, to be honest, I would rather be in Valinor's shoes right now. He does have the map control and does have more units out on the field. It's 45 to 36 upkeep. Tangi dropping some Dillos to neutralize this outpost here, so let's see if Valinor actually responds to that. It will be able to neutralize that outpost eventually if Valinor does not come back to it, and he does now. Does drop some Sergeants, so it will be not really be that threatening anymore. Tangi now trying to defend his mid. That's pretty much the only power he has left in this game. Does go down to that Goliath, so Valinor will probably take this outpost under his control. And does have Sams coming out, so probably will be able to get this outpost back. What is Tangi coming out with? Coming out with Dillo and 2 Moneymakers. He does have a Sergeant as well, but at this point, Valinor has you know, a lot of map control. It's 47 to 30. Tangi is very, very low on the upkeep compared to Valinor. He is way behind. He's actually 20 behind at this point. Valinor even taking the lockbox. Tangi not going to be able to stop him from actually selling that. So Valinor with let's see, with 33,000 in his build queue or in his bank. Oh, Tangi taking the other lockbox all the way back to his last stand back corner outpost, and will be able to sell that off. He definitely does need the money at this point, as he has not that much. That was 20,000. I think it's 20,000. It's either 20,000 or 15 now. I can't really keep track anymore, but Tangi definitely does have the chance now that he was able to even out that you know, that lockbox sell by Valinor. But Valinor with quite a lot of goalies, 53 to 46. Tangi is starting to make up the cost, but it is a lot of the upkeep is in Dillos, and a lot of Valinor's upkeep is in Goliaths, and he does have a lot of Sams out on the field, which are pretty OP by themselves, even or you know, in groups. But Tangi might actually be able to get this Tech Pod 1 killed, and if he does, Valinor will have to rebuild it. Oh, Valinor does not come back in time to save it. But Valinor has been able. Oh no, these are just creeps. So I thought that was actually a send on the minimap. But yeah, those creeps are just approaching this corner outpost. Tangi dropping 2 Dillos just to maintain that area, so he doesn't really have to worry about the threat of creeps anymore. I'm actually a little bit surprised to see that creeps go there instead of to this close outpost. It's just a little bit interesting. Tangi does have another set of Dillos hidden over there. I really doubt Valinor has scouted that, so he is now scouting the front door, rebuilding his Tech Pod 1. Because he can't output any Goliaths until he does have that Tech Pod 1. I think you do have to have both Tech Pods out. And now Tangi is starting to move out with his Dillos from that back left corner. And Tangi with no tech out. He does not have a Tech Pod 1 or a Tech Pod 2. He does have Goliaths in his loadout, but he does not have any tech units out to be able to actually manufacture them. These Dillos are going to be making their way past these 2 Dillos and that Gorgon. What is Valinor doing? He's just securing his outpost with these Sergeants. Tangi using Sergeants to try to neutralize this outpost, but this Dillo line is making their way past. They will be able to hit this fort eventually. Valinor does see it now, so let's see how he chooses to respond. He does have Goliath in his build queue, so he probably will be able to drop one down and actually get this defended properly. He doesn't really have to actually even do that much. There are Sams here and a lot of goalies. In the meantime, Tangi is trying to neutralize this outpost, going to re-micro these Sergeants around, but Valinor is here to respond, will be able to shut this down very, very quickly. Tangi taking a quick scout of that front door. And his Dillos are pretty much completely finished off. 67 to 46. Valinor is way ahead. Let's see how Tangi can actually try to come back in this game. Valinor has a lot of goalies out on the field, so I don't know. It's looking really, really dire for Tangibility. He just has a lot of Dillos out on the field. I really, really wish these loadout counters worked. I'm not really sure. I'm guessing that shooter number is Dillos. So I think Tangi has 14 Dillos out on the field and 1 coming out. But Valinor has pretty much every single outpost secure. The mid is very secure. This outpost is not actually secure, so that forward is a little bit threatened, or could be threatened, but these Sergeants bunkered here, very, very secure outpost, and now Valinor is starting to move out with his Goliath. And Tangi doesn't really have that much to defend. Tangi and Valinor now splitting, sending these Dillos to this back corner outpost as well. These goalies could even be reset to capture as well, but these or to attack. But there's not really too much defending this outpost. Valinor might be able to retake this, might be able to take this and neutralize this corner. And at this point, oh, now Tangi is sending out all of his fort defense. Some of these sergeants are going for that other outpost. There are still 4 Goliath over here for Valinor, but he has lost half of them, actually. Oh, 2 just died, and this outpost has been neutralized. He might have enough creeps to walk in and take it, but Tangi dropping Dillos behind those goalies at that weak spot might actually be able to get them killed, actually. I'm not sure if a Dillo from behind can kill a goalie. 1 does go down, but 4 of Tangi's goalies do get killed. Tangi will definitely have to spend a little bit of time to try to take this outpost back. Some creeps are walking in, so he will be able to eventually take this back, but Valinor pumping out more and more units. A lot of Sergeants coming out. Valinor is floating at 50,000 credits right now. Sergeants actually, I think, build slower than they cost in terms of income. In today's game, if you have a lot of moneymakers on the field, I think you make money faster than you can build the sergeants. It's kind of funny, but now Tangi, with sergeants of his own, gonna try to retake this outpost, and he will be able to. Valinor going from his fort. No, he's just setting those defenses down at his fort. Maybe eventually planning to stack some creeps and pushing out all at once. I'm not sure, but now does have it. Definitely these 3 Goliath are enough to defend against any push, any frontal push that Tangi might send. And now Tangi is starting to send from his close. And Valinor still stacking creeps back here. Oh, stacking Sams with those sergeants, but lots of Dillos coming out for Tangibility. Let's see where he's decided to send them. Okay, he has sent them all on capture. There's only 1 goalie defending that forward outpost, and Valinor kind of focusing, not really on progressing, but I guess playing for the long game. Oh, but almost getting killed by Tangi there before he gets away. But yeah, Valinor kind of playing for the long game, trying to plan as far ahead as possible, I think, trying to stack these creeps. So and he has started to send them out. All these creeps and these 2 goalies, those goalies are definitely gonna lag behind. Tangi gonna eventually be able to take this outpost under his control. 3 level 4 creeps. Oh, we are already at 15 minutes, so we have level 4 creeps out on the field. Valinor's the infantry cluster is starting to move out, so let's see where they are going. They are almost very likely going for this forward. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the only choice for them to go to, but they probably will split. I'm not really exactly sure, but oh, now Valinor is sending out quite a lot of infantry and goalies at the same time. I don't know if Tangi can actually defend against this, but Tangi with a secret, once again, a secret cluster of Dillos over here. They will go all the way past and straight to Valinor's fort, but at this point, there are a lot of Sams, and oh, why is my input? That was a weird lag. But there are a lot of Sams and goalies going straight for Tangi's fort. I don't know if this can actually work, but Tangi will kind of base race here. Tangi does go down. I don't know what to what. Yeah, I guess maybe to enemy units probably. But at this point, there is not much that Tangi can do. There are so many goalies and infantry here, and Valinor pretty much has complete map control. These Dillos are making their way to Valinor's fort, but Valinor probably has enough credits to really support a defense, and Tangi dealing with 4 goalies at his front door, doesn't have too much to block, prioritizing the attack over the defense, not going for blockage, but I don't know if this is actually going to do the job. Tangi is using his hammer to attack from the side. Valinor here at the corner, dropping another one. These 4 or 5 goalies or Dillos are attacking Valinor's fort. It's actually really, really close. This is a base race, folks. Valinor is not going back to defend, going straight for the corner, and Tangi will be able to body block this goalie. Oh my god. Tangi is going to be able to take this win. 3 Dillos here at Valinor's fort, and there is only 1 goalie hit for him to defend with. Valinor has been able to, or Tangi has been able to finish everything off, and Tangi with 2 more Dillos getting this victory over Valinor. Holy moly. I will go to party chat. Let's see what they have said. Oh, that's a game I screened earlier between Valinor and Meow. And yeah, here comes goalie pushes. Good game. Yeah, that was very, very close. Tangi able to block, didn't go for blocking, went for killing the goalies as fast as possible. And Tangi saying, think it's RUI-able. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. I'm gonna take that roll off. Yeah, Tangi dropping those Dillos right there. Oh no, it got rid of party chats. Oh no. Hitting continue. Okay, still a couple of flaws. I don't know why this is still. I'm gonna rebump my thread, but yeah, you can't see party chat. I will end this this replay and go straight to party chat afterwards, see what they discussed. But yeah, that Dillo drop right at the end was able to get the final hits on Valinor. I mean, and Valinor also could have just, I mean, assuming that Tangi wasn't doing his drops at Valinor's fort, Valinor also had Tangi at really, really low health. After that goalie slash Sam push, that Tangi was able to just completely massacre with his Paladin Hammer. That is technically AoE if you think about it, because it is linear attack. You know, everything in a specific area does get that attack. So he was able to pretty much completely massacre those Sergeants and Sams in that line and finish off those goalies, which was really ridiculous. I'm going to hit finish here and go straight to party. Let's go to home tab. Why not? And so, yeah, bye. Push 2. I don't know if this is a finished conversation, guys. They make pushing so easy. Yeah, because you can push with all those infantry, and they do. Oh, I'm on news. I didn't get my daily win yet, guys. But yeah. They allow, you know, fire to be distracted by all those infantry instead of maybe all the fire going down on you know, the leading tanks and stuff like that. So Tangi saying people said they needed a buff because they're infantry. Honestly, I don't think that they should be as strong as they are right now. Personally, I think their role is to control infantry, and the fact that half of the infantry are commandable. I posted this on the forums. I don't know how many of you guys saw that. The fact that half the infantry can receive commands and the other half can't is a little ridiculous to me, because now sergeants kind of have a role and they kind of don't. That specific function of that SAM is only applicable to those infantry that don't take commands. So it's just a little weird. But yeah, guys, Tangibility able to get this custom 1v1 win over Valinor on Duel. Sergeants on both sides. Very, very interesting pushes back and forth by both players. So, guys, if you have any replays to send me, you know what to do. Click my video description. Check my video description. Click the links. I do have a send me replays link in there. So, yeah, you guys know what to do. If you need help setting up replays, click that link or ask me personally or someone else. So, guys, this is RUI, and that is game. See you next time.